For years now, I've been trying and testing different toolboxes for no other reason than just they don't really suit my needs. I've had tool boxes, tool totes, tool bags, all sorts. And whilst I've still used my big tool stack system for drills and bits and pieces and power tools and all that, it's always the hand tools that I've had a massive problem with. When you just need to nip into that job and do that little thing, like trying to take the big toolbox system is a right pain in the bum. So I've purchased this and I think I'm really happy with it. I've been using it for about 6 months now and it's working really well. Now don't get me wrong, I know there's better ones out there on the market, like Velocity do a great one, but it's about 250 quid. This was 60 quid. And the quality of it seems very good. So I'm going to bring you guys in closer and I'm just going to show you my little loadout in here and what I've actually been using. Just, you know, it might help some of you guys. Like I said, it's really working for me. So let's have a little look. Okay, so this is the Stanley Fat Max bag. I'm not sure what model it is, to be honest. I don't think it's aimed at carpenters, if I'm completely honest, but it, you know, it fits really well. So on the front here, you can see I've got a pocket at the front. I just keep my tape measure in so I can grab that out of there when I need to. I keep some of these mitre clamps on the side here, just on a carabiner that I've put on myself. So really easy to just unclip them and take them off like that. So they're quick access. On the side here, I have a 400mm spirit level, only a Fat Max one, cheap and cheerful, but I use it a lot and it's nice and accessible on the side there. The other side, I just carry my impact driver, so it's just there all the time. I've always got the impact driver, and inside the bag itself, I've got some bits so I can use with the impact driver. Like I said, when I just want to jump out and do a quick job, I can do with this. And then I've just got my mitre bond on the side, just because I don't want it falling over inside the bag and making a mess. So it's just on the outside there. So that's the outside. Let's have a little look at the inside. Okay, so on the front here, if you can see, we've got a little pocket at the front, and in there, I've just got a chalk line. That's all. Oh, no, tell a lie. I've got a chalk line and some multi-tool blades that I didn't know that I had. So they're just in the front there, in that little tiny pocket at the front, and then to open up the main compartment, actually I'll take that drill off because it gets a bit heavy. You've got this big fold-out pouch here, and this is the main compartment. Now, this middle bit does pull out, but I don't tend to. I tend to leave it in there. So in the front, I've got a couple of Bessie clamps that fit in there nicely. So I've got chisels in here, and sorry, my knife normally goes onto that little section there. And then I've got like chisels and nail punches and all that in this section. I've got my little jig that I made in a video ages ago for putting doors on. I've got a little tiny level in here that was a fiver out of Wicks. I've not actually used it, but I keep it in there. Got my block plane, a little block plane. I've got my scribing jig, Trend Easy Scribe. I'll leave a link in the description to this. It's a brilliant bit of kit. And pipe slice down the bottom there. Now behind that, in the back section, I've got my hammer. So you can see, you can get, you know, that's a pretty beefy hammer. So you can get a decent amount of stuff in here. I've got a coping saw at the back here. I've got, let me move you guys around so you can actually see a little bit better. There you go, hopefully you guys can see a little bit better now. Yeah, so coping saw in this back pocket here. Coping saw and some spare blades for that, because you know every carpenter needs a coping saw. I've got a bit of masking tape that should actually be in there. I've got in this pocket here, I've got a big combination square and a smaller combination square. I've got a spare paintbrush just for doing little touch-ups if I need to. I've got a big pair of mole grips for plumbing, a big adjustable spanner. And then these, I really like these. So these are just scissors, but they're like heavy duty scissors. I use them all the time for like cutting bits of trim and bits and pieces. I've got my trend angle finder. I've got a little pry bar in the back there. And then just on the side here, I've got a little electrical tester. Just like, you know, you need to take sockets off and bits and pieces, make sure they're safe. Now in this middle section, we've got even more stuff. So on the side here, I've got a little torch on the side. It just slots in there. I don't use it very often, but it's, you know, it's in there. It doesn't take up any space. I've got a little flat scraper. This is a rigid one, really good to use as a little pry bar. Shout out to my dad because I nicked that off of him. I've got now this is a sample that I'm working on, 3D printed hinge jig that I'm working on. It's my own design. So yeah, I might do a video on that in the future. Down in this section here, I've just got some screwdrivers, some odd screwdrivers, and then I've got a little folding, little retractable pull saw in there that's really handy for just, you know, nutting stuff off, cutting little bits and pieces off. And then I've got an electric screwdriver I should say, which is really handy for like putting door handles on and stuff, where you don't want to reach for your big impact driver because that's too powerful. This little thing really is handy, so I'll leave a link in the description to one of them as well. They're only about 20 odd quid. So yeah, that's like the main compartment. Like I said, this does pull out, but I don't tend to. I tend to leave it in there. Oh, sorry, and my knife's on the front there as well. And a load of random stuff that's fallen over in the bottom. So that just goes back in there. And then in this top compartment here, to go with the impact driver, I've got some little drill bits with the hex drive on them. I've got some spare posi 2s because, you know, they break all the time. And then I've just got a little bit set and some random bits that just sit in that top compartment there. So there you go, I've just put the bag all back together. Like I said, like, it really works for me. It probably wouldn't work for everyone. Round on the back here, you've got two decent, like, because it is a backpack bag, and you've got a decent bit of padding in there. So it's really like, and these straps are really well padded. I don't know how long this is gonna last. Like I said, it wasn't the most expensive bag in the world. I think it was like 50, 60 quid. But let's give it a little weigh. So I've got some cheapy scales here, just some Amazon basic scales. But let's give it a little weigh and see how much it's actually weighing in at. So it's coming in at 13.7 kilos, and you know, I've got a fair amount of tools in there, so it's not light, but it's not heavy. But when you get it on your back, it's fairly comfortable and fairly robust, and it frees up your hands for walking into jobs. So I can have like a track saw or a sustainer or something like that, or even my big toolbox system that I normally use. I can still freely pull that along with this on. Like, it's not incumbing me, that's not a word, is it? It's not restricting my movement at all. So like I said, I've been using it for 6 months now, and I've really enjoyed it. I've really liked using it. It's really nice to have all them tools in that little system. And what I was finding with the toolbox, with having like chisels and knives and stuff in there, like rooting through, I got a chisel in my hand the other day. So the other day before I bought this, and it really, you know, like really went in there deep. So having that system with them all just, hang on, bear with me, like all just in their pouches, like all locked in there, just means that you're less likely to like stab yourself in the hand bits and pieces. The only thing I will say is when you get that impact driver on the side, the weight of that pulling on that zipper does make it a little bit harder to do up. Like I say, I take the impact driver off and it works fine. So something to bear in mind, he says, is that one won't do up. I did want to put it on this little carabiner on the front, or this little hook on the front, but it doesn't fit. It just falls off. Bit of a pain in the bum, but not the end of the world, guys. So there you go, just a short little video there, just to give you guys a little look at the new toolbox system. It might help some people. You guys might be interested in just what I'm keeping in my little hand tool bag. Now, I will be chopping bits in and out in there, but that's like the main kit that I keep on me. It's like the grab and go bag, if you like, or the flight bag, if you will. But yeah, like I said, just a short little video there, guys. I just wanted to show you guys because I'm really happy with it, and it might help some people out. But I'm going to leave that one there, guys. I want to say massive thanks to my YouTube members. They're the guys you can see at the bottom of the screen down there. They get additional bonus content, and they get pricing videos that go out with all of my main videos. So yeah, if you want to find out how much I'm charging for stuff and that, go and hit that join button underneath the like button, and you'll see down there. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that one there. Hit that subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for me. It's the best way you can support me, and just watch this video till the end. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I've got a really exciting video coming out next week. You are not going to want to miss it. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.